This sports broadcast made possible by contributions from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com or genesisofelgonquin.com. Tom the Plumber. Service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber. Honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com.
And we are live here from Jacobs High School for Day 5 of the Hinkle Holiday Classic Tournament. I'm Andy Yacom, alongside my good friend Johnny Jazarowski here. Johnny, the final day of the Hinkle Tournament. We got the 9 a.m. game here. We have the Jefferson Jayhawks taking on the Streamwood Sabres this morning.
It's going to be a good game, Andy. I mean, we saw Jefferson yesterday. The main player for them to stop was Randy Johnson. He averaged 17 points per game. So as long as Streamwood can stop Jefferson or Randy Johnson, then it should be a good game.
Indeed. Remember, we did see Jefferson yesterday. They took a really tough loss to Grays Lake Central, a really solid Rams team. To not see Streamwood, however, I do recall from what our good friend Daryl Barnes told us, they were down 25 in a game in the third quarter.
Yep.
Came all the way back in the fourth, made it a 3-point game, had a chance to tie the game last possession. So there's fight in this team. So I think at any point in this game, if you see the Streamwood team get down, there's a lot of dog inside of them, and they're not going to back down easily. Jefferson out with it. Posley, a 3-ball. And he starts our morning of scoring with a 3. No good on the other end, rebound. There's Randy Johnson. You'll be hearing us call his name a lot today for the Jayhawks. There's Nashawn Forrest, back to Josiah Williams. Into Johnson, Forrest, kick it to Posley. Good ball movement by the Jayhawks. Johnson can't get it to go. Rebound, Streamwood. They're out and running. It's Dakota White. The Sabres, members of the Upstate 8 Conference. 3-ball, no good. Rebound, Johnson and the Jayhawks. Forrest. Streamwood running a 2-3 zone defense. Posley thought about it. Dribble drive. Float shot in the lane, no good. Rebound. Streamwood, they're out and running. Corner 3. Iron, no good. Rebound. We're going to get a jump.
Seen a lot of threes taken early on here for Streamwood, Andy. They've 33 three-pointers as a team so far in this tournament, so we'll expect a lot of the long ball for them today.
I bet yesterday helped that cause a lot, needing a big comeback. 3-pointers are the quickest route. So we made a point here, Johnny. We were talking right before we came on the air. Streamwood has just a smaller roster in general, 11 guys. I think they only have 8 here today. And then we looked at the Jefferson roster warming up. Shot there, no good. I think they have they got 7 guys dressing today.
Yeah.
So both teams little light on their guys. So maybe expect to see a few changes. And they're gonna say last out on Richard Santiago of the Sabres. So it'll be really interesting to see how coaches manage their benches today, knowing that if guys get into foul trouble, they might need to be a little more cautious than they normally would. They don't have as deep of benches as they're used to having. Posley no good for 3. Good tip there by Gathright. Bucket good for Jefferson. That's Courtney Gates. A couple minutes into the ball game here, 5-0 Jefferson. Three ball. Off iron, no good. Rebound to LaShawn Gathright. Josiah Williams brings it for the Jayhawks over to Posley. Gathright, Posley. Over to Williams. Swing it all the way around to Gates. Cross court to Posley. Posley, pull-up jumper on the wing. No good. Tip rebound to Gates. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Johnson, good. There's Randy Johnson, Johnny. I feel like we're going to be calling his name a lot this morning. 7-0 Jefferson. Turnover by the Sabres. We're trying to get the ball moving around here. Coach John Rosario of Jefferson trying to get that ball swung the other way. No good. Posley in the lane. Here come the Sabres looking for their first bucket of the morning. Jumper no good. Rebound Williams. Now, Johnny, this is one of those 9 a.m. starts.
Yep.
You feel like things might be moving a little slow in the beginning of the game.
Seen some good defense from Jefferson though, forcing some turnovers from Streamwood.
Layup there, good. Drybulek starts off the scoring for the Sabres. Gates, another turnover by the Jayhawks. Good defense here by Streamwood the last couple possessions. Corner three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Josiah Williams. Here comes Courtney Gates. Baseline, layup, no good. He's got his own rebound, back up with it, no good. Rebound in the hands of Dakota White and the Sabres. White kick out. Another three for Streamwood. That one's good. That's Richard Santiago. And just like that, it's a 2-point ball game with just over 3 minutes to go here in our first quarter of play. Swinging around, Williams likes that shot. No good off iron. Rebound, Johnson in the paint. Finishes. Good offensive rebound there by Randy Johnson. He's going to be a problem on the boards all morning, Johnny.
Looks like he's the tallest man out there on the court, so expect a lot of rebounds from Johnson today.
Three ball, no good. Gates going to let it go. It's funny we talked about that yesterday when they played Grays Lake. Grays Lake has a big team.
Yeah.
They ran a bigger roster, and even though he was considered the big man, the athletic guy down on the boards for Jefferson, he was outsized by both men in the midcourt for Grays Lake. And now seeing that he is the big man in this game in general. We do have a replay coming up here as it is 9-5 Rockford. With just over 2.5 minutes remaining is a Rosen replay.
Looks like that's that nice three-pointer from Richard Santiago there for Streamwood.
That three ball is going to keep Streamwood in it all morning long. As we mentioned, this is day 5, the final day championship game tonight of the Hinkle Holiday Classic Tournament. We're here bright and early. Everyone in the truck, we're all here, everyone's here. We'd like to shout out our game sponsor for today of the Bear Family McDonald's Restaurant. They have been a proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. So full slate of games today. We're just getting started here. It's got a championship 7:30 tonight. It's exciting. You know, I love this tournament. This is just great to have over the holidays. A lot of competitive basketball, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what today is going to bring.
It's going to be a good day, that's for sure.
And I believe it'll be Streamwood ball. That should be Jefferson ball. It'll be Courtney Gates inbounding to Posley with a 4-point lead. Gonna work that perimeter. Gonna see a lot of that today from the Jayhawks. There's Gathright back into the ball game. They're going to say that was last touch by Santiago, so possession will stay with Jefferson. Jefferson down low here. Posley through the lane, kick out. Williams thought about it. Get it, pull up for a mid-range. No good. Rebound. Johnson's flying in there. Loose ball still. Gathright. LaShawn Gathright. No good. Johnson's got it, but they're going to get him for a travel. So Streamwood basketball down 4. It'll be Richard Santiago bringing it up for the Sabres. There's a 3. No good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson in the lane. No good. He's got his own rebound, up with it, and he's going to go shoot some free throws.
Just like we talked about earlier, Andy, those offensive rebounds are going to be key for Jefferson.
Johnson will be heading the line to shoot 2. I think one thing that we missed yesterday with Johnson, he's a sophomore, Johnny.
Wow.
He is class of 2024, 6'3", 200 pounds. So he will be playing for Jefferson for the next 2 seasons. Assuming they're back at the Hink the next couple years.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be seeing a lot of him.
Get used to seeing him the next couple seasons here at the Hinkle Holiday Classic Tournament, as he is off on the second. Streamwood trying to get something going here. Santiago. Looking out, good defense playing here by Jefferson. Just creating a lot of pressure. Deep 3, no good off iron. Rebound in the hands of Gathright, back to Streamwood. That 3 is no good. Rebound for King. Jefferson looking to extend this lead here with less than a minute and a half remaining here in our first quarter. Posley to King, over to Johnson. Swinging around Williams. Good ball movement there by the Jayhawks, and that's off iron and good for Randy Johnson. Santiago swinging. Calling Santiago's name a lot here in the first. Corner 3, bucket good. Jacob Rubio for 3 is a 4-point Jefferson lead now. King, cross court to Posey. Jefferson taking their time. Assuming they're holding here for the last shot with 10 seconds remaining here in the first. Posley, Williams, Johnson back to Posley. They need a shot here. Williams open in the corner for 3. He got it! Josiah Williams ends our first quarter of scoring with a corner 3 at the buzzer. Jefferson up 15-8. Here to end our first quarter and our first game of action here at day 5 of the Hinkle Holiday Classic. We will be back for the second after this quick break. We are back here for our second quarter of action from the final day of the Hinkle Holiday Classic here at Jacobs High School with the Beacon Academy. I'm Andy Yackham alongside my good friend Johnny Jazarowski. Before this quarter gets underway, we'd like to say our sponsor of the second quarter of basketball is the Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. If you're looking for a brand new or certified pre-owned, it's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com and Genesis of Algonquin.com. Streamwood.com. 15-8 our score after the first quarter. What does Streamwood have to do to get back into this right before halftime, Johnny?
I think they need to be a little more productive on offense. We've seen them taking a lot of three-point shots. Only 2 of them have fallen so far, so maybe we can see them settle down on offense, look for the open shot, not settle for so many threes here. As Forrest knocks that one down.
Deshaun Forrest starts off the second quarter, scoring Jefferson now up 10. Another corner three. We've been talking about a lot of three-point shooting. I agree. Good offensive board there. Higher percentage shots for Streamwood. I guess they don't need it, Johnny.
Yeah.
Free ball there from Chris Calderon. Back to a 7-point lead for Jefferson. Forrest over to King. Seen a lot of good ball movement, good defense there by the Sabres. In the hands of Santiago. Santiago got tripped up in a slide. They're going to get LaShawn Gathright. So now we see a quick sub. Courtney Gates, a starter, back in for King. We've mentioned shorter benches than normal for both of these teams today, so it'll be really interesting to see how the coaches manage their guys. Foul there. We're going to get some free throws from Santiago here.
It's the second foul there on Gathright. Like you just mentioned, Andy, a shorter bench here, so foul trouble is going to be a bigger concern for both these teams today.
And especially for Gathright, for Jefferson, who just got picked up 2 fouls in the last 10 seconds. He's a guy who we see crash the boards a lot for Jefferson this year. Now we see it. Josiah Williams into the game for Gathright. Coach Rosario at Jefferson, he knows he's only got 2 extra. He's got 2 guys on the bench to work with. You cannot mess around. Still there's a lot of basketball left. His guys better have their track shoes laced up. It's going to be a long game for some of these guys. Williams ended our first quarter with a buzzer-beating 3. Good defense there by the Sabres. Another turnover. Santiago, can they convert? Baseline jumper, no good off iron. Rebound, Johnson tips it to himself. Streamwood's getting a lot of these turnovers, Johnny, just not able to convert off of them.
I think it just got to settle more down on offense for Streamwood.
Look at Deshaun Forrest. Another 3 ball. He's feeling himself. 9-point lead for the Jayhawks. Down low. Baseline jumper, no good. Johnson, another rebound. Here come the Hawks. Williams back to Posley. Posley a 3. Short rebound, Santiago and the Sabres. And a turnover there. Hawks on the break. Williams, nice dish to Posley, just let him a little too out in front. They're playing turnover tag. It'll be possession to the Sabres. Jack Jeske into the game for Streamwood. We're seeing Coach Kent Payne dig into his bench a little now. Floater in the layup for the new man, Jeske, no good. Offensive board there for the Sabres. That's a 3, iron, no good. Johnson, another defensive rebound. Definitely feel like he'll have at least 10 rebounds by half the way he's going right now, Johnny. He's at 7 points. Would not be surprised if Randy Johnson ends up with a double-double at halftime. He's doing everything on the board. So the Forrest corner 3, no good. Out in the running. Good dish there. Layup, no good. Rebound, Forrest. It's a good opportunity there for Streamwood. Here's Courtney Gates. Gates a spin. Forrest, kick it, Posley. Back to Forrest. Nice dish there by Deshaun Forrest. Into Gates. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
We have a replay of a quick 3-pointer coming up. It's by Deshaun Forrest, his second 3 of the quarter. You know, we saw him shooting a lot of 3s yesterday. He wasn't knocking them down, but he seems to be getting going today.
He has found his stroke early this morning. Gates off on the first. So we see Michael Franklin King will come in for Randy Johnson. Coach Rosario giving his guys some rest. as Jefferson, even though it's early, a 9-point lead in the second quarter based on the way they're playing defense. Johnny, you could consider that a little comfortable for the time being.
Yeah.
Dakota White, swing it. See how the Sabres can try to crack the code of the Jayhawk defense. Jeske has it. Tip pass there by Williams. Possession will stay with the Sabres. Jayhawks very active on defense here in this first half, Johnny. Find his man in the corner. Free ball. Good. Sal Zambudio. First bucket of the game for him. It is now a 6-point Jefferson lead. Forrest, swing at Williams. Back to Forrest. Nishan Forrest directing traffic. Over to Williams. Williams a three. No good. Rebound. Dakota White. Here come the Sabres down 6. White. Streamwood trying to move that ball into the hands of Williams. Nice steal there. Jefferson, like I mentioned, very active on defense, creating a lot of turnovers. Forrest, swing it. Williams thought about it. Forrest, swing it all the way around to Posley. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Williams thought about it. He's going to drive. Williams, he's going to take that three. No good. Franklin King tried to haul in the offensive rebound, and it's in the hands of the Sabres. And that one is stolen. Here comes Posley. The layup, scoop, and they're going to get White for a foul. Hopefully Posley's all good. Took a hard fall there.
And like you mentioned, Jefferson's playing some great defense, able to force some turnovers, and they finally capitalize off one as they send Posley to the line.
And we get our timeout here. I believe it's only our second timeout of the entire half. This game has been moving pretty quickly. As this timeout is brought to you by our friends over at Tom the Plumber. It is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installation of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. 21-15 our score. Jefferson on top of Streamwood in our first game here. As we mentioned, and we will continue to mention throughout the broadcast, a lot of basketball here today. This is just the first of many. About 12 hours from now, the championship game will actually be concluded. So it is literally a full day of basketball. Should be a fun one. Happy if you're joining us here early. Battle between Jefferson and Streamwood. We do have a replay coming up from where we left off. This is where we're at right now. Foul here from White. So Posey will be heading to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Here's the thing, Johnny. We have seen a lot of turnovers, and I don't necessarily think it's quite the product of sloppy offense. I just think both of these teams have come to play on the defense.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen Jefferson take their time on offense, swinging the ball around, taking the open shots. I want to say we've seen more Streamwood, more fast-paced offense. They're taking a lot more threes like we've talked about. A lot of them haven't fallen, but like you said earlier today, the three-point ball is the fastest way to score, and they're only down by 6, so they're still being productive on offense.
A lot of game left. They're keeping themselves in it, even though, like I said, their strategy, taking those 3 balls, lower percentage shots. Just good defense. Yeah, there has been some sloppy turnovers, but that's going to happen.
Yep.
I'm very impressed by both teams' defensive efforts today. Definitely came to play from a defensive strategical point, as Posley will be shooting a couple free throws here for the Jayhawks. One of 2. Johnson's got to be careful there. I'm trying to get the over the back foul. Santiago drive and kick. And we're going to say stepped out of bounds. Possession to Jefferson. Streamwood's just making those little mistakes.
Yeah.
They're starting to add up just a little bit here in the first half. They're only down 7. But the turnovers like that, good defense like that, is what's keeping them in this game here early in the first half. White Gonna drive with the right. And it rolls in for Dakota White. Almost didn't think that one was going in there for a minute.
It was close.
And we're gonna get a foul here. It's noted here, 13 on Streamwood. Nick Trubalek. I always look at the shoe game, Johnny. He's got 2 different shoes on, it looks like. You got one red and one black colored shoe. We'll have to see if there's a reasoning for that. Found that interesting. I always remember, I always tend to look at the shoes. I don't know why, because I always think it's interesting with shoes. As layup there for Williams, no good. We're going to get a foul. Ooh, charging foul on Williams. But I will say that is quite the interesting shoe combination.
Yes.
Haven't seen something like that in quite a while. Dakota White bringing the ball up here for the Sabres. Down 5. Dangerous cross-court pass there. Ball tip. 2.5 minutes remaining here in our first half of action. And off the hands there. Jayhawk basketball. Johnson got the whole defense on him here, and they're going to get a jump.
All aboard to the Sabres.
White bringing it up here for Streamwood. Swing it over. Trubulak, 3. Good. And Streamwood has made it a 2-point game. Tell you, man, we talk about the 3-ball, Johnny. It can hurt you and it can help you like that. Gates, the drive, left hand, no good. Rebound, Streamwood. Chance to tie or take the lead here with this possession. Santiago swing it. 3 for the lead. He got it.
Just like that, Andy, the 3-ball.
Nick Tribulek. And Streamwood has got their first lead of the ball game. Randy Johnson has got it for him now. Team's leading scorer. It's going to be a big part in trying to get them back into this. No shot, foul on the floor. Fifth team foul for the Sabres in this quarter. First for Santi. Sorry for technical difficulties with the audio. We are back. We just had audio cut out on our end. But I believe we are good now. And Zamudio will pick up the foul. And Posley will head the line to shoot 2 for Jefferson. Trying to get that lead back. First toss off the mark. Off back iron, no good. Zamudio flying through with a rebound. Unsuccessful trip to the charity stripe there for Jefferson. And it'll remain a 1-point Streamwood lead. White, 3-ball, no good. Rebound with Streamwood, good offensive board there. Ball loose in the paint, it'll end up with Jefferson. Here comes Courtney Gates. Gates, Euro in the lane. They're gonna get him for a travel.
Seen some good defense here from Streamwood late in the second quarter.
Is helping them a lot here. It's helped them up to a 1-point lead. Good ball movement here by the Sabres. And it'll possession will stay with the Sabres here. 24 seconds remaining here in our first half. Nothing is here, Johnny. Are they going to hold out the entire 24 seconds for the final shot, not even giving Jefferson the chance?
You think that's what they would do? Maybe they can extend this lead going into halftime.
Santiago swinging. Tribulek in the corner. Foul called.
This will be the first for Courtney Gates.
As we mentioned, fouls will be something we need to keep an eye on for both teams. Right in the paint lane, no good. They went with a quick shot. Now it's Jefferson controlling the fate of the final possession. Williams to Forrest. 7 seconds remaining. Need to get a shot here for Jefferson. Williams. Good defense here by the Sabres to end the half. As Williams' shot is no good. At halftime, our score, Streamwood 23, Jefferson 22. We will be back to break down this half and preview the second half of action after this break.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
back here for our second half of action in Game 1, Day 5 of the Hinkle Holiday Classic Tournament. As this half of basketball is sponsored by the Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. If you're looking for a brand new or certified pre-owned, it's Rosen Express online buying, made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com and Genesis of Algonquin.com. Welcome back. Andy Yackham, my good friend Johnny Jezrowski here. We have the first game of the day here between Rockford, Jefferson, and Streamwood. 23-22 is our score. It's kind of an eventful first half, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some good defense by Streamwood in the second quarter, able to hold Jefferson to 7 points after they scored 15 in the first quarter. So a big change in their defense in that second quarter. So we'll look to see how they can bring that over to the second half here. And we're going to see how Jefferson can get things going. We saw Nashawn Forrest hit 2 threes in the second quarter, 6 of Jefferson's 7 points in that quarter. So we'll see how they can pick up things on offense and if Streamwood can bring over their defense from the first half over to the second half.
Very much looking forward to see how the second half of this game will go, especially with how tight the first half was. And we had a couple games yesterday, weren't as close.
Yep.
So getting a close game of action here, especially on the final day, is exciting indeed. Forrest for the Jayhawks. Jefferson starting off with possession here to start the half. And they're going to say that was touched by Tribulek of Streamwood. Josiah Williams going to work for the Jayhawks. Kicking across baseline. Forrest, corner 3, and Jefferson has reclaimed the lead. Nashawn Forrest, you were talking about him, Johnny, had 2 threes in the second, picking up right where he left off. Santiago, kick it out. 3 ball, no good. Williams the rebound. Johnson, Santiago on him. That'll be a fun matchup to watch. Gates drive. Layup, no good. Johnson's got the board. They're going to call it a jump. Possession will go to Streamwood. In Santiago for the Tribulek. Out to Dakota White. Good ball moving for the Sabres. Tribulek, he can't shoot the 3 ball. No good there. Tip ball right back out to him. Swinging out White. White, top of the key 3 ball. No good there. Possession will go to Jefferson. Williams on the drive. Scoop layup. No good, but he's going to get a couple free throws out of it.
It'll be Zamudio's 3rd foul of the day.
First free throw good for Williams. That is something to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, they only got 3 players on their bench, so Zamudio's 3rd. Not too concerning right now. He's still got 2 more fouls before he's done with the day, but it's a little concerning.
Tribulek, he likes to shoot that 3 ball from the corner, no good. Good offensive rebound there by Santiago, out to Zamudio. Swinging around, pass a little too hot to handle there. Possession will still stay with Streamwood. Zamudio now, top of the key. Gonna get things started for him. Down 3 are the Sabres here with 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Santiago, 3 ball, no good, rebound Gates. Jefferson, Williams, over to Posley. Cross court, Forrest, 3 ball. He's feeling himself here. Nashawn Forrest.
He's hot from beyond the arc today, 4 for 5 from the 3-point line.
12 points now for Forrest, extend the Jayhawk lead to 6. Stolen there by Johnson. Here comes Johnson. He went for the slam, didn't get it. That would have been something.
Yes, it would.
Forrest, does he want another 3? No. Now we know Johnson can get up. He did a little dunk after a play yesterday. I don't know about you, Johnny. I was anticipating once I saw him get out on the run.
I
I knew he was going to go for it.
I was waiting for it. Hopefully we'll see another one from him, though.
That'll be another foul on Zamudio.
This is fourth. I'm sure we'll see Coach Payne sub him out very soon.
First toss off the mark for Williams.
Zamudio signals over to his coach, and he's got 4. No movement on the bench there for Streamwood.
Second toss good for Williams. Make it a 7-point Jayhawk lead with 5 minutes to go. Gates down low. No good. He's still got it. They're going to say jump, so that'll stay with Jefferson. Last jump went to Streamwood. Now we see a sub here for Zamudio. And we're just going to timeout taken here by the Sabres.
We've seen a hot start from Jefferson so far. Already 7 points in the third quarter. Same amount they had in the second quarter. Streamwood still scoreless here in the third quarter.
This timeout is sponsored by Daryl Barnes Photography. For portraits, family, graduation photos, sports team photos, and more, contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com. You mentioned it was 23-20 at half, so a nice little 8-0 run here for the Jayhawks to start the quarter. No scoring yet here for Streamwood. I'm sure that'll change. Some of these 3 balls that they're missing, they're going to start falling eventually.
Yep.
Streamwood finds themselves in these little holes, but they always manage to crawl out of them. We saw it in the first half. We always bring back yesterday, but I mean, how can you not? Coming back from a 25-point deficit in the third quarter, I mean, I think that's worth talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And I would not be surprised if they do the same thing here. They're a team that always finds their way back.
Yeah, we can't count them out.
Forrest looking. Williams thought about it in the corner. Now he's going to take it. Bucket. Good. Josiah Williams makes it a 10-point Jayhawk lead. 5 on the quarter for him now. Good ball movement here by the Sabres. Santiago kick out. Trebulek 3-ball. Bucket. Good. Chris Calderon answers back with a 3 of his own. Drive here from Posley, off the glass, no good, rebound to Rubio. Let's see if the Sabres can cut into this lead a little more. Santiago, baseline. Oh, what a bucket and the foul!
Somehow was able to get the bounce off the rim and able to get it to go.
Incredible bucket there by Santiago. I don't even think he was looking at the basket when he threw that up, Johnny.
Turned around, kind of threw it behind his head there and hoped it went in.
Gonna get a timeout here. Definitely gonna need to see a replay of that shot. Holy cow. Pending a free throw, it is still a 5-point Streamwood lead with 4 minutes to go here in the third. I can't get over that. That was incredible.
I don't know how he managed to control that.
Thought, oh, he got fouled. The shot was just gonna kind of be thrown up. I felt like the ball could have came all the way out here to us. He was just gonna throw it in the air. No, he went right with it and sunk it. Very impressive, and just like that, we talk about it. I mean, pending the free throw, even if he misses the free throw, it's all of a sudden it's a 5-point game again.
There you go.
So, still anyone's ball game, very much in it. Half of the third quarter left, and we have all the fourth. I'm expecting a nice little. It's been nice back and forth. Expecting a fun little ending here in the first game of today. Our sponsor for this timeout is Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installation of the highest quality craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And we see the Jacobs high school guys rolling in for their matchup next. We will see a battle between the Grant Bulldogs and the Jacobs Golden Eagles. It should be a good one. We're back It'll be Santiago to the stripe, shooting a and one. And he made off a very impressive reverse layup. I don't even call it a layup. I don't even know what we call that. I think we call it a layup. Converts the and one. Very impressive for Richard Santiago. It's a 4-point Jefferson lead. Really hope we get to see a replay of that at some point. That was fantastic. Josiah Williams over to Gates. Gates going to control the offense here. Courtney Gates driving with the left. No good. Ball in the air. I can say possession Streamwood. Santiago to White. White swinging. Rubio. Back to Calderon. Rubio into Santiago. Good ball movement here by the Sabres trying to break this zone. That's a three from Calderon. In and out, no good. Rebound, Forrest. That would have been big there for the Sabres. Williams, Johnson. And they're gonna say White touched that last one. Possession will stay with Jefferson. Forrest, Williams, corner three. Off glass, no good. Calderon with the rebound. Corner, Trebulek, corner three. No good, rebound Calderon. Nice dish into Santiago, who will be fouled by Williams.
Be the second foul on Williams.
No good on the first. Seen a couple subs here for Jefferson. Coach Rosado mixing things up. Three-point lead for Jefferson. It's Josiah Williams. Foul on Dakota White.
It's his third. So they got Zamudio with 4 and White with 3.
I feel like we're seeing a lot more slower paced play here in the second half. It's not as quick and as it was in the first half, particularly the second quarter. Second quarter was...
White with another foul, his 4th. He's got 2 players now for the Sabres with 4 fouls.
That'll definitely be interesting to look out for.
Yep.
Still have a decent amount of time left in this half. Gathright. He's looking for Posley. Good defense there at the perimeter by Trebulek of Streamwood. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Ooh, nice defensive presence there by Richard Santiago, who's had himself a pretty solid game here for the Sabres. 6 points, but a lot of hustle plays, a lot of rebounds. I feel like we're calling his name a lot. Over Gathright in the lane. Ball popped loose, and it ends the Sabres. A Streamwood 3 here would tie the game. Calderon, no good. Rebound, Gathright. Now at 90 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. Williams, Gathright with a spin. Kick out King, one more. There's Johnson. Ball poked loose by Santiago. Layup, nice block by Johnson. Possession will stay with Streamwood. Had a feeling that one was coming there, Johnny.
He's kind of waiting for it.
You saw him chasing him down. Tribulek, corner three for the tie. No good. Johnson with a rebound. Ooh, that ball went out. Streamwood catches a break and will get the ball back.
A couple of small mistakes for the Jayhawks. Could end up costing him here. Wait, third.
Now into Dakota. White, watch out from behind him. There's Franklin King there. Tribulek with a drive. Nice shot. Blocked there by King. Foul call here on Gathright.
His third of the day.
Aaron inbound pass there by Santiago. The answer, Tribulek. Nice dish in there to Calderon, out to White. Seen solid ball movement here from the Sabres throughout this game. White. You get 2 shots, can't get the bucket to fall.
Going to get Posley on that foul, his first.
And that one will roll in. Just like that, it is a 1-point Jefferson lead. In the lane, Johnson, no good. Ball loose. It'll go into the hands of the Sabres. 10 seconds. They look to have last shot. They still keep it. White. Looks like White got poked in the eye there. Possession will stay with Streamwood. Got a huck of a shot. Santiago, no good. So that'll end our third quarter of play. After 3 quarters, it is 33-32. Jefferson with the 1-point lead. I believe we do have a replay coming. Brought to you by Rosen Hyundai, Johnny.
A nice block from Randy Jefferson. Kind of following along on that layup there. You know, once we had that 8-0 run by Jefferson, that and one play by Richard Santiago kind of turned things around there for the Sabres, as they've only let up 3 points for Jefferson since that and one play.
I keeping it tight. And that's what this Streamwood team has done throughout this tournament. They always find a way to keep things close. And I think it's going to pay dividends for them. I mean, these threes are going to start falling, and they're going to start falling at the right time. You know, One more quarter of play, 1-point game. Their defense has been exceptional in my opinion. Both teams have played very good defense in this game, causing a lot of turnovers, making the other offense feel very uneasy about things. And I just think here this quarter, Johnny, I think it's going to be who can make less mistakes, who's going to make less of the little things. As this 4th quarter of basketball here from the Hinkle Holiday Classic is brought to you by the Rosen Hyundai and Genesis of Algonquin. If you're looking for a brand new or certified pre-owned, it's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com and genesisofalgonquin.com. Full slate of games ahead today, Johnny. I believe we talked the championship game tonight. We have Larkin,
Barrington.
Larkin, kind of from like more of our area, upstate 8. Taking on Barrington. No. Larkin has Damari Wheeler-Thomas, North Dakota State commit.
Should be a very exciting championship game, though.
Loose ball off the inbound. It'll go to Streamwood. Here's Santiago. Kick out. Rubio, 3. I believe that shot was tipped. Yeah, just like that, Jefferson gets the ball right back with their 1-point lead. Mosley taking things nice and slow. Trying to control the pace of the game for Jefferson. Kick down low, there's Johnson, layup good. Randy Johnson will start our fourth quarter of scoring off, putting his Jayhawks up 3. Santiago to Zamudio, Zamudio for the tie. No good. I believe we have an injured Jayhawk here. 3 ball for Calderon, good. Surprised they let that play go on as long as it did. We have a tie game, but we have Courtney Gates down. We hope he's all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised that play went as long as it did, as he's down there right under the basket.
And 35-35, our score here in the fourth. Currently have an injury timeout. We talked about the championship game. Larkin, Barrington, there's a lot of good games. Wabanzi and South Elgin.
Yep.
Next, I'll be with Coach Hinkle for the Jacobs Grant game. There's just a lot of good games here this afternoon, final day. And then after this, I feel like teams are really going to start seeing conference matchups consistently, a lot of conference games. Saw a little bit of conference games before the tournaments, probably that last week of the first semester of school for them. But now we're going to really get into it for high school basketball season across Illinois. It's going to be all conference matchups from the new year on. But it's cool to have these tournaments where we see teams who typically wouldn't match up against each other. Obviously, Jefferson, part of that Rockford conference group of schools, and Streamwood, more upstate 8. These two teams normally wouldn't match up against each other, and here they are in the tournament. I think that's what I like probably most about, like, we do the Thanksgiving tournament and we do the tournament here at the Hinkle. We see these matches between these teams that we typically wouldn't see.
Yeah. No, it brings a lot of teams in from a different bunch of areas, and we get some good matchups.
Matchups that you normally wouldn't expect to see.
Yep.
And normally would not be put together on their own. But the tournament forces everyone to kind of come in and play together. It's Courtney Gates. He's getting helped up off by Coach John Rosado and LaShawn Gathright. Hoping Courtney's all right.
He's able to put his own weight on it, which is a very good sign.
He's grabbing his knee, lower leg area. Those are, especially in basketball, those are never injuries to mess around with. We just hope he is all right. As we've mentioned, it is now 35 all. Basically a full quarter left to play here.
Yep.
Should be very exciting ending down the stretch for both of these teams.
And like we talked about, not a lot of players available on the bench for both these teams, so if Courtney Gates is unable to come back, the Jayhawks only have one other player on their bench.
Yeah, they're down to 6.
And we got Streamwood with 2 players with 4 fouls.
And I believe they do have a player in Dakota White who we just saw come back from by the bleachers. I believe he got poked in the eye to end the fourth. So he's kind of sitting, taking care of that on the bench. So, I mean, if you look at it, Streamwood really only has 2 guys left on their bench at this point if Dakota White does not come back into this game. We hope everyone's all right, but been a rough game of injuries. It'll be Deshaun Forrest.
Seeing Streamwood putting some pressure on.
Love to see the press defense. Makes things very interesting. Posley over to Johnson. Randy Johnson. Kick in the corner. Forrest was calling for it. No good. Possession Streamwood. Chance to take the lead here. They got numbers. Santiago. Drive. Layup. Good. Richard Santiago has given Streamwood a lead. Here's Williams, Josiah Williams in the lane, left hand, no good.
Gonna get an offensive foul.
I think it's gonna be on Gathright.
Gathright, his 4th.
A lot of guys from both teams starting to get into that foul trouble area.
Yeah, and like we just mentioned, if Courtney Gates is unable to come back in, the Jayhawks only have 1 player on their bench to go to.
Courtney's starting to put more pressure on it over there. Down by the bench, but he's getting looked at by the trainer. Calderon swinging, Trebulek Over to Zamudio. Good ball movement here by the Sabres. Rubio, Santiago. Over to Zamudio in the corner. He's going to drive baseline. Went for the scoop, and it'll be off Jefferson. Possession will stay here with Streamwood. Santiago on the inbound. Good defense off the inbound played by Jefferson. Calderon, no, not wasting any time. The three, in and out. Rebound Johnson. Here comes Posley for the Jayhawks. Layup, no good. Rebound, Streamwood. Let's see if they can extend this lead here. Santiago. Pass a little too hot to handle for Rubio. Jefferson will take over.
Seeing some great defense again from the Sabres.
That'll be a huge key. They want to close out a victory here on the final day of the Hinkle Holiday Classic. Johnson cross-court pass Forrest, swing it Posley. Posley slowing the tempo down over to Johnson. Johnson, you're a hop step in the lane. He's going to get a couple free throws.
That's going to be on Zamudio, his fifth of the game, so he will be done. As they check in Dakota White for Zamudio.
Yep, that'll be one less guy on the bench for Coach Kent Payne to work with as Johnson knocks down the first. Was wondering if we were going to get a guy to foul out in this game. And here we are with over 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Johnson 2-2, and how this game is going, I'm not ruling out overtime as a possibility.
I mean, this game's been close the whole way through.
The free basketball for us and the viewers back home. Rubio to Tribulek, down to Santiago, errant pass. That's going to stay with Streamwood. Good job of keeping it in there. 37 all. White, corner three for the lead. In and out, that looked good from our view. Possession will stay with Streamwood. As this basket's right in front of us, we have
it looked
this corner. If there's anyone in the house that's got the view from this corner, they know it's us. Calderon got it out to Tribulek. Back to Chris Calderon. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. White, Calderon, deep three. Back iron, no good. Rebound into the hands of White. Look at Streamwood. Offensive rebound, hustle plays. They're going to swing it. Calderon back to White. Calderon to White, over to Rubio. Santiago thought about it. I think Jefferson's going to start making them work inside, Johnny. Yep. Calderon three, no good. Rebound, Gath Wright.
Jefferson does not want to give up a three ball.
That is where I feel like a majority of Streamwood's points has come from here this morning.
Sure.
Williams, Forrest calling for it in the corner. Johnson, kick, Gath Wright, no good. Johnson, the offensive board, bucket good. Lead back to Jefferson. That's 6 points now in the fourth here for Johnson. Stolen, Posley with a right, no good. Rebound, Santiago saves it in. And crashing into the scorer's table. Possession will go right back to Jefferson. And we get a timeout called here.
We're starting to see teams take things a little bit slower on offense. So far, it's paying off for both teams.
This timeout is brought to you by Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports teams, photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com or give him a call at 972-203-5767. We were talking, Johnny, 39-37, less than 4 minutes to go here in our fourth quarter of action between Jefferson and Streamwood. I've been thoroughly entertained. This has been a good game to watch.
It's been a very good game. Close game, like you said, overtime is not ruled out.
be interesting to see if we do get to overtime, as we've mentioned. We do have one player fouled out from Streamwood and a couple guys in foul trouble from Jefferson and another guy in foul trouble from Streamwood. So if we get to overtime and guys start fouling out, it'll be real interesting to see how things go. Are they going to have to go on with 4 players?
Yeah,
I mean, they'd have to.
Yeah, it looks like we're not seeing Courtney Gates come back anytime soon. He's got his left shoe off.
Hoping he's all right. It looks like he's able to put some pressure on it, so that's a good sign. May have just twisted an ankle or fell on something funny.
Yeah, I mean, Gathright has 4 fouls. Jayhawks only have 1 player on the bench, so foul trouble is the last thing they need, especially if this game goes into OT.
They may need Courtney Gates to come back on one leg.
Yeah.
Streamwood still has a somewhat, I mean, definitely a deeper bench right now. They have 2 guys that they can roll with. But I do
have Dakota White with 4 fouls, though.
Yep, another guy in foul trouble there. We're getting an offensive foul here on Johnson. So Streamwood will take over. Ball moving on the perimeter here from Streamwood. 3-point shooting is their specialty. Ooh, and I think we're getting a foul here on Posley. Yeah, Nigel Posley.
Just going to put Streamwood in the bonus there. Dakota White shooting 1-on-1.
No good on the first rebound. Johnson. Johnson through the lane with a right bucket. Good. Johnson starting to take over here in the 4th. 8 points in the quarter for him. 15 here in the contest. Jefferson back up 4. Call their own dish in. Santiago surrounded by Jayhawks. Get out Rubio. Deep 3 from Tribulek. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound. Calderon somehow comes up with it for the Sabres. 3-ball for White is good. See, we talk about it, and now just like that, 1 3-pointer. It's a 1-point game once again. Williams, he sees Forrest in the corner. Deshaun Forrest. No good. Who's got the rebound? Gathright tips it, but it's to Streamwood. Santiago. Tribulek.
Streamwood coach Ken Payne wants to slow things down as he calls a timeout.
Yeah, you can tell there. He's like, oh, let's slow things down. We're down 1. This is a huge possession for Streamwood. Not want to rush anything. At plenty of timeouts. And there's less than 2.5 minutes left in the quarter already. It's flown by. So every possession matters at this point. As this timeout is brought to you by Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing, service, and installation of the highest quality craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit him online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Game 1, day 5 of the Hinkle Holiday Classic here with Beacon Academy. Andy Ockham alongside Johnny Jazarowski. It's a good game we have here. 41-40 in favor of the Jayhawks. However, Streamwood does have possession of the ball. What does Streamwood, and I'm saying Streamwood because they've been trailing for a majority of the game, what do they need to do to come out of this thing with a
You see here, they're in the bonus now. So they're only down by 1. They've been hitting their free throws. Maybe you take your shot, drive it in, draw the foul. We got Jefferson, some players starting to get into foul trouble here, and as long as you can hit your free throws, I'd be trying to draw those fouls right now. But I mean, like we've talked about the whole game, they like to shoot the long ball. If they get one open, I'm sure they'll take it.
As we've talked about, called his name a lot for Jefferson. They're up 1, 15 points on the game for Randy Johnson. I think in order for them to hold on to this lead that they have, he's got to be the key. It all starts with him. Dakota White, good defensive presence brought here by the Jayhawks. Calderon, White. Calderon, a 3 for the lead. No good. Rebound. And they're going to say it was off of the Jayhawks. We have less than 2 minutes to go now.
Seeing Jefferson playing some tight defense around the perimeter. Does not want to give up the 3-ball.
Inbound, 3 ball, no good from Calderon. Loose ball in the hands of Johnson. Whoa.
Oh,
And
not gonna
no
get a
foul.
foul there.
It'll be Streamwood possession. It all happened right in front of the face of Jefferson coach John Rosado.
Not agreeing with that call.
You know, we did see some tough calls in our second game yesterday between
We did, yes.
Grant and Crystal Lake South. Tribulek, 3 for the lead, no good. Rebound, Santiago with the hustle play. Loose ball, Calderon's got it, but they're gonna call him for a travel.
Some great hustle plays by Streamwood here. Just not able to capitalize off of them.
The Grant Bulldogs have arrived, ready to go for our second match of the day between Jacobs and Grant, which will be following the conclusion of this very exciting first game that we have. In the paint, Posley and the foul. It's a big shot there for Nigel Posley.
See, they're gonna get Dakota White with his 5th foul, as he's the 2nd player for Streamwood to foul out in this game.
Streamwood's bench is down to 1. 2 players have fouled out, Dakota White and Saul Zamudio.
Huge bucket from Posley there.
And add the free throw, which is the most crucial part, which now makes it a 2-possession game. 4-point lead for the Jayhawks with 70 seconds to go here in this contest. Need a bucket here from Streamwood. Santiago, kick out Rubio. Over to Santiago, 3 ball, good!
Just like that, Andy, the 3 ball brings us to a 1-point game now.
Make it 11-13, I should say, on the game for Santiago. And just like that, it is a 44-43 game with 54 seconds remaining here in the 4th, as this timeout is brought to you by Rosen, Hyundai, and Genesis of Algonquin. If you're looking for a brand new or certified pre-owned, it's Rosen Express Online. Buying made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com and genesisofalgonquin.com. Johnny, 1-point game. We're right. The Streamwood's
like
right
that.
back in it, just like that.
Another 3 ball puts them within 1. So back in 4th game here, we're playing Jefferson, or Streamwood, I say, able to come back with a 3 ball.
Possession will be with Jefferson here after a made 3 ball by Richard Santiago, who has had a very nice game for the Sabres.
Kind of puts Jefferson in a tough spot here. Do they run out the clock, look for that shot, or do they try and take a quick shot, force Streamwood to make a move?
Here's the thing with Streamwood, you got to see who's in somewhat of foul trouble still.
Yep.
So you can't just start fouling like crazy.
Yep.
I mean, we look over, out of all the guys on the floor right now, 3 of them don't have any fouls.
Yep.
So that's fine, and then the other 2 have 1. So on the bright side, of all the players Streamwood has on the floor right now, they're all pretty much free game to foul.
Yeah. Although one more foul for Streamwood, and that'll put Jefferson in the bonus.
Which is perfect. It's exactly what they might want in this situation. Now, there's a lot of time. There's still almost a minute left. But it'll depend to see what Coach Payne's strategy is here for Streamwood. Risky inbound pass. It's in the air. It's in the hands of Streamwood. That worked out pretty well. No fouls needed there. Chance to take the lead here for the Sabres.
See Streamwood take their time here, looking for a good shot.
Rubio back to Calderon. We've seen Calderon take a lot of 3s here in this one.
Especially a couple deep ones.
They are taking their time. 30 seconds to go.
So you don't want to let them hold this to the last shot. Jefferson definitely wants to get the ball back.
I feel like we might get a timeout here from Coach Payne as that ball's tipped.
19 seconds left. Seems like Streamwood's just going to pass it around, wait for that last shot. Be interesting to see what Jefferson does on defense.
That moving the ball around took like 20 seconds off the clock. We're sitting here with 20 seconds remaining in the game now. Santiago looking, flings it, and he throws it out of play.
Huge turnover for Streamwood there.
He had Trebulek wide open right in front of him.
Yep.
Now they will most likely have to play the foul game unless they get the ball handed right back to him from a turnover.
Yep.
Deshaun Forrest will be doing the inbounding. And before he gets the opportunity to do so, his coach will call a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, so Streamwood's got one foul to give before Jefferson goes to the line. Yeah, with 19 seconds left, we probably will see them play the foul game.
So these last 20 seconds might feel like 5 minutes. As we like to remind you all that this game and this timeout is brought to you by our season sponsor at the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of the 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. One-point game, Jefferson with possession of the ball. As we mentioned, it'll be really interesting. Streamwood doesn't have any players on the floor, despite having 2 players fouled out in this game, Johnny. Nobody on the floor right now is in any sort of foul trouble. So they're fine in that regard. It'll be Deshaun Forrest be taking care of the inbounding for the Jayhawks. He's got to manage Johnson, and Santiago will commit the foul.
It'll bring Johnson to the line.
We got a few people starting to file in here for our second contest. Should be a good one. Grant and Jacobs.
Crucial free throw here for Jefferson.
All of Jefferson's men on the floor are back. Johnson, been one of their better free throw shooters, knocks it down. That's probably the one guy they did not want to foul.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have a choice at the same time. Second toss, no good. And Coach Payne wants a timeout. 2-point game, 14.4 seconds remaining here in the fourth, and a timeout taken by the Sabres. And this timeout, once again, is brought to you by the Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. If you're looking for a brand new or certified pre-owned, it's Rosen. Express online buying made simple. Go to Rosen Hyundai and Genesis of Algonquin.com. 2-point game, Streamwood ball. One of their specialties of shooting the 3 ball would give them the lead here, John.
Yep. Yeah, the 3 ball, 14 seconds left. 3 ball would be a risky shot, but Streamwood's been able to knock those down. So kind of interesting to see what they're going to go for here. Maybe look for the 2 to tie this game, or take the 3 ball and take the lead here.
Thinking of your coach Rosado, we know these guys can shoot the 3 well, or they do it a lot. Anything but a 3, I think, is acceptable for the Jayhawks right now. I mean, they'd prefer to get out of this thing with a victory out of the 4th quarter, but worst case scenario, okay, let them tie it up and we'll go play an extra quarter.
Yeah, we're probably going to see them playing some tight defense along the perimeter, but they do not want to foul.
I think Streamwood's going to look to try and get the ball in Santiago's hands.
Yep.
And I think Coach Rosado's going to counter that by putting Randy Johnson on him. It'll be real interesting to see how things go here with this inbound and what Coach Payne is drawing up for his guys.
Yeah, we've seen Calderon and Santiago, the 2 main 3-point shooters here for the Sabres. Trebulek also can shoot the long ball.
Out here, Santiago. Corner, Calderon, Trebulek, great defense here by Jefferson. 5 seconds, they're gonna need to get a shot off. Calderon in the lane, bucket, good, there it is.
It's a tie game.
I think they need to fix the clock there. Calderon.
About a 1.5 seconds ran off on that clock after the shot was made, so.
Did we just call overtime? I think we may have just called overtime early in the 4th.
Yeah.
Nice pull-up jumper there from Chris Calderon.
Looks like we should be getting a 1.5 minutes to 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like that clock a couple seconds.
Okay, there we go, 2.1 seconds.
2.1, a timeout by the Jayhawks. Still plenty of time to get a shot off.
Plenty of time to get a shot off for Jefferson. I'm assuming they'll put the ball in the hands of Randy Johnson here.
Either way, it'll be a fun ending, whether we go to an overtime or if we get a big buzzer-beating ending shot here. And I believe Courtney Gates just ran to the check-in desk. It looks like he will be coming back into the game for the Jayhawks. Happy that he's okay and back, and that is huge for this team here in this possession. They're going to try and win this game. They're like, we don't want no overtime.
Yeah. You know, it won't be our first buzzer beater that we've seen here at the Hinkle, Andy, as we were talking yesterday. 4 years ago, almost to the date, both me and you were working camera on the sidelines, saw that buzzer beater between Grant and Crystal Lake South.
Yep. Sports Center top 10, number 2.
Yep.
4 years ago. Pretty exciting stuff. So yes, here at the Hink, we have made it onto the big screen at ESPN. This is pretty cool. And Jefferson's going to get the ball down low here. So this will be, I don't know how many timeouts they have left. Do you think they're going to try and get it to half court and call another one so maybe they get a better inbound, or are they just going to roll it?
It kind of looks like what they're going for, unless they're going to roll it here.
Cross court, inbound pass.
Randy
Johnson for the win. No good. We're going to get overtime. The shot, the opportunity was there for Johnson at the free throw line. And it looks like we're going to get a 4-minute overtime period. I want to say, we called this.
Yeah,
we called this at the beginning of the fourth.
Very, very early in the fourth, too.
And overtime awaits. We're going to have a quick little break here, and we will be back to get the conclusion of this game between Streamwood and Jefferson.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
This overtime period is sponsored by our Bear Family McDonald's sponsor, supporting our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Game 1, Hinkle Holiday Classic on the final day. Andy Ockham alongside Johnny Jezrowski, the Beacon Academy. We have a game in overtime to start the day. A very exciting start. We know we have a lot of games ahead, but I think it's pretty cool that we got our first one here in overtime.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
Streamwood start with the ball. Remember, 4-minute overtime period. We do have 2 Streamwood players fouled out. Tribulek for 3. He got it. Streamwood strikes first here in the overtime period. As we mentioned, Courtney Gates is on the bench, injured for Rockford, and we have a foul here.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul. It might be on Gathright, and I think that's his 5th.
Yeah, they're going to put that on Gathright, so he's done for the day.
So now, if Gates, so the benches as they stand, Streamwood has 2 players, Dakota White, Sal Zamudio, are fouled out. So they have 1 player to work with on their bench. And a 3-ball there from Tribulek is good! Streamwood has come to play here in overtime.
Extends that to a quick 6-point lead to start overtime.
We blink and they're up 6.
Yep.
Johnson, King, Williams. Here's the way Streamwood plays. If their 3s start to fall, and you're the other team, you're thinking, man, we got to keep up.
Yeah.
It's a fun way of playing ball for the Sabres. King, remember, as we mentioned, 1 player left on the bench for Streamwood, and if Courtney Gates is not able to come back into the game for Jefferson, they have 5 players.
Yeah.
Johnson in the lane, left hand, no good. Rebound, it goes to Streamwood. And it's gonna be a travel. It's a tough break there for the Sabres. 2:41 remaining here in overtime, a 6-point game. Streamwood, Nick Tribulek, 2 3-balls, coming out firing. Helping out Streamwood big time.
Yeah, still a lot of time here for Jefferson, though. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Tribulek 14 on the contest now. Layup, Johnson, good, and the foul.
It's going to be on Santiago. his third of the day, second in this overtime so far.
For those of you tuning in, looking for the Grant Jacobs game, this is Streamwood, Rockford, Jefferson in overtime. Grant versus Jacobs will begin following the conclusion of this very exciting first matchup from the final day of the Hinkle Holiday Classic here at Jacobs High School. Tribulek, he's got the hot hand here in overtime. Rubio over to Calderon. Streamwood taking their time, a 3-point lead, not wanting to do too much. Taking off some time, looking for their shot. And swinging it around the perimeter, ball stolen, Posley. Posley in the lane, layup no good. Williams fouls it up, no good. King's got it now. Good hustle there for the Jayhawks. A three-pointer in this possession. Knocks it up for Johnson. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, ball loose on the ground. Santiago has it for the Sabres. Calderon, Rubio. Over to Jeske. 90 seconds to play here in overtime. A 3-point lead for the Sabres. Good defense there by Williams. No shot clock, so Streamwood doesn't have to hurry. Calderon, corner three open. He got it! Chris Calderon, 6-point lead for the Sabres. Gonna need a bucket here from the Jayhawks. Williams, Forrest in the corner. Here's Posley. 1 minute to play in overtime. Posley in the corner to King. King tries to feed an entry pass, stolen by the Sabres. Coach Payne telling Richard Santiago to take your time. Streamwood with all the momentum.
Jefferson's gonna have to make something happen quick.
Ball stolen by Johnson. It's a big turnover for the Jayhawks to King. It's a 6-point game, 30 seconds to roll. Here's Posley. They're gonna need something here. Williams thought about it. The drive, floater, no good. Rebound to Jeske, 20 seconds to go. And it is looking like this one as a foul committed there by Forrest. Couple free throws here. This one looks like it's gonna go to Streamwood.
Yep.
1-and-1 here for Jack Jeske. His toss, no good. 6-point deficit, 10 seconds to go. Posley, they need a bucket. Nigel Posley, kick out. Williams, gotta need a three. Three ball, no good. Rebound, King with the tip, no good. And the first contest ends in overtime with a Streamwood Sabre victory. 54-48 the final, a big overtime period for Nicholas Tribulek. That was fun, Johnny. I enjoyed
very
that.
Fun. You know, like we talked about the three ball, Streamwood loves to shoot it, and it came up clutch for them in overtime. Huge, I mean, the main reason why they won this game.
Saw 2 threes from Tribulek in overtime. Chris Calderon hit a big three to pretty much clinch the game at the end. Big win for the Sabres in our first day of action. Much more great basketball to come ahead. Johnny, it was a pleasure. Next game coming up here shortly. Jacobs, Grant, here from the Hinkle Holiday Classic.
This sports broadcast made possible by contributions from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin and Genesis of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? It's Rosen Express online buying made simple. Go to rosenhyundai.com or genesisofelgonquin.com. Tom the Plumber. Service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber. Honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for portraits, family and graduation photos, sports team photos, and more. Contact Daryl Barnes Photography at darylbarnes.com.